Hey there, it's Leona. Welcome to Zen Mindfulness Shodo. Today, we're gonna practice Shodo meditation while focusing on the Hiragana character for wa. So, let's begin our beautiful journey together. Let me explain the process. The first stroke is the same as the first stroke of the Hiragana ne, starting from a point a bit higher than, and to the right of, the center point of the top left square. It's a line that curves slightly to the left, not completely vertical and parallel to the middle vertical line, rather slightly inclined to the right. This way, it looks well balanced with the second stroke. If this line is drawn perfectly vertical, even if it doesn't look bad in terms of balance, expressing the unique curved beauty of Hiragana better represents the inherent beauty of kana. So, I think it's better not to write such perfectly straight vertical lines in Hiragana. To better express the softness and warmth unique to handwriting, it's better to write with a slightly soft curve, rather than such a straight line. Rather than writing this line with the same pen pressure and thickness from the starting point to the ending point, it's better to start with less pressure at the starting point and gradually increase the thickness towards the ending point. Although it might be hardly noticeable with a pen, it looks more beautiful if you gradually increase the pen pressure to make it thicker in this way. Move down until the middle horizontal line comes to the center. That is, until the space above the starting point and the space below the ending point look about the same. Now, from the ending point of the first stroke, move up to the upper left with this pen movement. The second stroke starts from a point slightly to the upper left of the middle of the left half of the middle horizontal line, with a line that curves up slightly like this. Move up to the upper right with a fairly strong upward inclination. Continue moving to the right until you pass the first stroke and come to its right side. Then you turn back here, but after pausing lightly, the line curves down like this just a tiny bit and descends to the lower left. It descends until it comes slightly to the left of this starting point. This line looks well balanced if it's at about a 60-degree angle. Then, pause lightly again, and this time, as if tracing this line you just wrote, this diagonal part, with a line that curves upward as if drawing a circle. Keep moving to the right in an upward direction. Be careful not to go higher than this turning point. It's not much of a problem if it's about the same height as the turning point, but if it goes higher than the turning point, let me write it here. It looks a bit unbalanced. So pass through at about the same height as the turning point, or slightly lower. Pass through a position where the space on the left side of the square box and the space on the right side look about the same. Come down. And finally scoop to the lower left while curving down, gradually getting thinner. The ending point looks better if it's slightly higher than the ending point of the first stroke, and doesn't go lower than this. For example, if the ending point of the second stroke goes lower than the ending point of the first stroke like this, it looks a bit unbalanced, so aim to scoop to about a slightly higher position. Let me write it here as an example. If you stop like this without scooping to the end, the character, or this line, doesn't feel dynamic. So please write it, scooping smoothly like this, gradually getting thinner. The fact that it gets thinner means this part was written quickly. So having both thick lines written slowly and thin lines written quickly in one character makes it feel more dynamic. So please be conscious of this when writing. As for the round part of this loop, rather than making it perfectly round like this, making it slightly flat horizontally makes it look less like a rounded character and more like a calligraphic kana loop. Why don't you try practicing while keeping these tips and points in mind? If you're interested, you can buy this on Amazon. See the link in the description. Alright, let's start practicing together.